Listen to this track, bitch.
Hello everybody, welcome back to this episode of Etching Scripts 101. It is your host Whitney, and today I'm coming at you guys with I guess is a little bit different of a video. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna be talking a lot. Like, I'm definitely without a doubt gonna be talking a lot. But also, I just want to put a disclaimer. I have not gotten a dynamic mic yet, or a condensed mic. What is it? Is it condensed or dynamic? I think it's dynamic. And then this right here is condensed. No, this right here, I don't fucking know, okay? I haven't gotten a podcast mic yet, so if you hear shit in the background, y'all already know what it is. So first off, I just want to put a little bit of a plug in there. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social media, subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to my YouTube, Whitney's Script on YouTube, and also follow me on my social medias, which is Whitney's_script. Now, basically today, what I'm going to be saying, I don't even know if we're going to even be here for the full hour or 45 minutes. I feel like we're going to be here for just 30 minutes. I'm making wings right now at the moment, and yeah, they're about to be ready in about 20 minutes, so we're just here until they're ready. So my thing that I wanted to do today is that I was trying to find, well, no, I wasn't trying to find topics to talk about, because I had a plethora of topics to talk about. But the thing is that I wanted to not constantly repeat myself, right? I feel like a lot of things that I've been saying already, I just already said before. And I don't know if it's because I said it on my YouTube or if I actually said it here. So I wanted to kind of introduce you guys to me, to your host, to Whitney. I don't know, I guess I wanted to introduce you guys to me, why I'm here, a little bit things about me, a little bit of my background. And it's not even just gonna be, it's gonna be a Q&A type deal. Excuse me. But it's not going to be, you're not going to be bored. You know what I'm saying? You're not just going to be waiting for me to get to the next question, waiting for me to get to the end of the video, whatever the video, whoever, because I'm also on YouTube. So check this out if you want to see me. I did my hair differently. I tried to do it a little bit differently because I got a little bit of a length now, a little bit of a retention. But regardless, back to what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Okay, got it. Yeah. So the point is that I'm not necessarily, it's not going to be like a typical Q&A where it's just you're waiting for the questions. I'm going to hopefully, in a way, let this be in a story format. Because at the end of the day, okay, so here we go, right? Let's just jump right on into it. No, I want to talk about the news. But let me just continue with what I was saying. So I want to keep this in a story-like format, or I guess, yeah, story, let's just call it like that, because my background is in English and communication. So not only do I know how to read between the lines, analyze literature, but I also know how to articulate myself very well. So, and that's from a bachelor's and a master's. So if anybody tells you that those degrees don't mean anything, tell them to kiss your ass. But regardless, let's just jump into a little bit of the news. I want to tell you guys about my week. Tell me about your week down in the comments below, or just hit up my email, which is writersoneworld@gmail.com, if you're looking for some advice. So I have a little bit of advice for you guys, or if you have any comments about what I'm about to tell you, some advice on that, let me know, because I'm in a pickle. Bitch, I'm in a pickle. So writersoneworld@gmail.com. Let me know that you're coming from the podcast. Put ES101 in the subject title, plus whatever else you want to put after that. And let me just tell you my predicament. So this week has been great. I haven't really done shit. You guys are going to see this video. Right now I'm filming on the 22nd, and you are going to see this on the 25th. Yeah, the 25th. So this week is right now Friday, and when you guys see this video, it will be on Monday the 25th. And Monday the 25th is when I have an interview. So this week I recently got offered a job starting at $45 a year, which is phenomenal, right? For an entry-level position, which is great. That's perfect, right? And so I started getting that job. Or not I started getting that job, but I got offered that job, right? But I applied for it while in the interim, right, while I was waiting to see if I would hear back from them, because I already had an interview with them. I got a call back from this job where it's placed in Manhattan, and I would be able, well, not I would be able to, but like it's directly into my field, and it's actually very important work, which I was geared towards because not only did I set myself up for this particular career during school, like when I went to undergrad and grad school, not only did I set myself up for that career, but on top of that, like I said, it's meaningful work and it's dealing with protective services, right? And so in that field, not only would I be getting paid a lot more than what I just got offered, but it's directly related to the degrees that I got, right? So like, I don't want to toot my horn or anything like that, but I can be a pretty bomb-ass professional person. Like, I'm not saying that let me just call it what it is, right? Like, I'm pretty professional. I am pretty confident in my abilities, but when I work for someone new, that's where the confidence kind of goes a little bit down. Like, the confidence needs to be built back up because I don't know what they're looking for, and I also don't know, which I will learn throughout time, but I also don't know if what I'm giving them is what they expected of me in the interview, right? Like, I don't like to be a liar. So if I'm saying like, oh, I can do this, that, and the third, I would want you to see that I can do that. And if you're saying like, oh, I had this expectation you're meeting here, boy, like that will give me, that'll just drive me up the wall. So my predicament here, if you guys can give me advice, if anybody has some type of huge business background and they know, or just whatever advice, right? So we have Company A and Company B. Company A offered me a job working with them because I already interviewed with them and everything, right? Company B, on the day that I got offered that position, Company B called me up for an interview, right? And so I talked with them, interview 1, and I made the decision to email Company A, and I was like, hey, I'm going to need the weekend to consider because I'm trying to buy myself some time, right? And so Company B, I interview with them next week. Today's Friday, so I interview with them next week, right? And so I want to see how the interview goes before I accept whatever position, because I don't want to decline Company A and then get rejected by Company B and then be left with nothing. So I feel like there's somewhere where I'm going to have to burn a bridge, but I desperately don't want to do that. So let me say this again, basically, to make it make more sense. Company A offered me a job, and I haven't accepted it yet because I'm waiting on Company B to offer me a job, since it's directly related to what I want to do and it's paying me more. So what do you think I should do in this predicament? Should I just say no to Company A? Should I accept Company A, and then if Company B gives me a job, say peace out Company A, sorry, something happened due to unforeseen, I don't know what to say, but like, what should I do here? What do you guys think? And so that's what I was going through throughout my week. I would love to know what you guys have been going through throughout your week. So like, I like to engage with everybody through Instagram. So I already told you guys my Instagram. It's also, oh, my bad, I told you my YouTube Instagram, which is Whitney's_script, but my podcast is Etching Scripts 101. It's the same name. So I would like to engage with you guys. So whatever you decide, don't be afraid to hit me up, slide in my DMs, whatever. I'll talk to you guys. So moving on to the more not pressing news, but the current news. Biden and Harris got sworn into office this past Wednesday, Wednesday, which was a blessing. Yes. And I just like that I'm here to see the history being made. It's crazy because you can only imagine what people back then were thinking of. Like, imagine MLK watching Miss Kamala Harris get sworn into office. He would have been 92 this year in 2021. And like, in hindsight, in my mind, I'm like, he could have been alive, because 92 is, getting up there. But the crazy thing is, like, it's not even triple digits. And my niggas are talking about, like, oh, slavery was so long ago. Ugh, here I am going on my tangent. But, like, it's like, we got people who are still in the double digits who remember that. Like, obviously, it wasn't that long ago. Anyways, so I just think it's crazy that I'm literally watching everything. It's literally God how everything panned out. We have a black VP, we have a Democratic House, Senate, all that, and we have a Democratic cabinet. I don't know, but basically what Biden wants to get through, he's gonna pass it to the Democrats as opposed to the Republicans. So, and then it's gonna be passed to them, and they're gonna choose whether or not to let it go forward. And I feel like it's gonna be in our favor. That's just me. And I also love that Biden's already taken action. And one thing that he did that I really appreciate is the fact that he was like, everything that Trump put through, put a pause on that. Like every last minute thing that he put through while he was in office, put a pause on that so I can see, one, if it's credible, two, if the funds are legal, and three, if we really want to do this shit, right? Like, I think that I'm not saying that that's like my top, what I'm so appreciative for, but I'm just saying, like, I appreciate that he's putting a pause on all of that, because there was a point where I believe, I don't remember what it was called, but there was a point where businesses can discriminate against the LGBTQ plus community. And I'm like, what is it? I will never understand. I could never understand why anybody could be so concerned about what somebody else is doing. Like, I just, unless it directly affects me, the benefit, like, I will say this till I'm blue in the face. The best parts of minding your business is that you ain't got to worry about nobody else other than yourself. Like, I ain't got to worry about nobody else other than myself and mine, and that directly affects me. So that's just what's been going on in the news this week. I do believe that something else was going on. I saw on the news that in Brooklyn that there was a serial killer that got arrested, and I just think that's so fucking wild. A serial killer? This is the shit that you see in movies. This is shit that you read in books. Like, what are you talking about that, like, there's a serial killer and he killed people his age? He made friends with them. He was like 66 years old, and there was women that he killed that was like even older than him, like an 82-year-old woman, I believe. May she rest in peace. God bless her soul. But it's just a shame that, like, first of all, you're gonna be spending the rest of your life in prison, where you could have been out here chilling at your old age. You're gonna be in prison. Second off, it's like, why take away somebody else's life? Like, what the fuck? I don't even know. So moving on from our news segment, I guess we can just jump right on into our, I don't know, getting to know me a little bit more. Hopefully I'm gonna paint the picture a lot better than just a standard Q&A where it's just like, how old are you? What's your favorite color? And I don't want it to be like that. So, like, hopefully I can paint it better than just strict type of ordeal. Okay, so basically, just to give you guys a rundown of who I am. My name is Whitney, and like you guys knew that already. But I'm 24 years old, and I currently stay in the tri-state area. I've done a couple years in the South, and I don't know. I've been away from home a little bit too long, and I don't know if I could even claim to be from the tri-state area anymore. But I still do it because it's just who I am. It's what I identify as. It's literally like I'm kind of in the middle, because a lot of people that where I lived in the South, a lot of people didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. They all the time, every single person I met, they would literally be like, you're not from here, because I didn't sound like anybody else. And even like I made friends with people in the South who didn't have accents, and they were like, yeah, you ain't from here, homie. And I'm like, oh my God, but I've been here for like years. Like I literally went down to the South when I was like a teenager, and then now I'm back in the tri-state area, and I'm like, it's like I can move back up here when I was a young adult. So it's like I've been there for a hot second. So like, oh, what the fuck? But I don't know. So I just want to say that my experience with dealing with Northern people and Southern people are vastly different. And me caught in the middle was more so trying to find my identity. And I was going throughout the process of finding my identity and learning the different cultures was a trip. Like, I was trying to conform to the Southern culture because I was trying to figure out, like, okay, who am I? I'm going to have to get acclimated to the people down here. And so how am I going to do that? Okay, so I'm going to start talking like them. The minute I started talking like them, I realized that people start looking at you differently. Like, I'm not trying to say that this is what I think, and I'm not trying to reflect it onto anybody else, but some people really look at you like you're stupid when you have a Southern accent. And I was like, okay, this is fake. I'm not going to like uphold this. But there's a lot of people too who have Southern accents where it just sounds so educated. So I think the ones that I was trying to copy when I was young was just not for me, right? And so I went through this process of constantly trying to figure out who I am. And I personally did not discover who I was until I got out of high school, until it was like, I want to say like until my first year of college. So one of the things that I want to mention is when I was starting to become a young adult, I was starting to learn this various different autonomy. I started to learn a lot of the things that I love to do. I started to learn about who I was at the core, what I wanted to tolerate, and how I was going to, I guess, take that with me as I became more of an adult. So a couple things that I like to do, like my favorite thing to do for one is to watch movies. I love, or not even just movies, but shows. I love watching thrillers, drama, comedies, things like that, because it's just like having a good time. Like I like to have a good time, and in order for me to have a good time, I like to incorporate those certain things into having a good time. Of course, like I like to have fun overall in general. And so if watching movies is having fun, I'm gonna do that. Like I don't need to go out in order for me to have fun. But when I'm in a new place, I want to go out and experience the town before like I just stay in the house to have fun. Because it's like, if I'm paying all this money to visit somewhere, why am I not going to see the sights? Why am I just going to stay home when I can save all that cash and stay home? Like like that doesn't make sense. So a couple of my favorite things to do is I love being adventurous, I love exploring, and I love having a good time. So let's be a little bit more specific. So I love having a good time, which can transpire to going to bars, right? I like going to bars, or excuse me, more specifically, I like going to lounges with live music and just chilling and drinking. Like it really like doesn't even have to get drunk. I just love listening to live music. And another thing that I really love to do is just listen to music in general. Another one of my favorite things to do, maybe like I might mention a lot of things that I like to do that's outside the house, but really and truly, I'm weird. I don't know how to describe it. I'm a homebody, but maybe I'm not a homebody then. I don't know. I like to go out, but I don't need to go out. But I also I guess I like being in a space where I'm comfortable. So like I like going to the park and chilling, sitting on the bench and just watching the pond, watching people, or just talking to my friends. Like it doesn't have to be an event per se. It can just be chilling, right? Or like me and my friend, who I didn't ask him if I could say his name, but me and my friend talk on the phone and we have a great time. And it's like, that is an element of my happiness and I love it. Like it's a lot of fun. And so that's one of my favorite things to do, is talking to him on the phone. And another one of my favorite things to do is, this may sound so, I don't even know how to describe it, but I like learning new things. But I like learning new things where it's not like technical, if that makes sense. So when I say not necessarily technical, like not applied to my career. I love learning new things in my career, of course, because I want to get better. I want to do upward mobility and all of that. Like in order for you to do that, you got to learn more. But outside of the whole professional realm, just for creativity, I like learning new things. I like being able to learn different ways to write, different styles of writing, because I love, oh, there you go. I love writing, right? And I also like to learn different ways to do my makeup. I don't think you guys ever seen me do my hair like this, because I was trying to go for like I got my bangs in my face but I still got a puff, but I guess my hair isn't that big enough yet. So I was trying to do that and I thought I was ready to do it now, which I kind of like it, but regardless, anyways. And I also did my eyebrows a lot differently today because I was watching Snitchery and she taught me the ways, because that girl is awesome. So I was trying to do that. So that's something as far as me that I like to learn new things outside of my career. Now, in applying to my career more so, a couple of my goals in life, I don't even know how to answer this question. Like, what are your goals? I don't even know how to answer that question if I'm being honest, because my goal is to be successful. My goal is to help people. I don't know how I'm going to do that because I feel like my direction is off. And I think that this is going to answer a question that I have here, which is, There you go. What is one of the most things you struggle with? And one of the most things that I struggle with is my direction, because my goal at the end of the day is to be able to reach out to as many people as possible. You know, it doesn't even have to be as many people as possible. It could even just be one person. I want to be able to help everyone and anyone. Like, regardless on what I'm doing, I want to be able to help. If I'm a technical writer, I want to be able to help people. If I'm owning a lot of businesses, I want to be able to help people. If I'm an attorney, I want to be able to help people, right? And so I guess one thing that I struggle with is my direction, because I'm not sure what God wants me to do. Like, when I first came into college, I was sure what I wanted to do, but I was deterred from doing it because I thought that I wasn't able to do it. Like, when I first came into college, I went to finance, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get my finance degree and potentially be a CEO of like Wells Fargo or something like that. And then I did horrible in economics, and I was like, you know what, maybe this isn't for me. And so I changed my degree to English. There was only one time where I changed my major from finance to English, and I was geared towards law school. But because of my first year of getting a 2.0, I was like, man, I ain't never going to law school. I dropped out, and I was just kind of like, you know, this shit ain't working for me. And ever since senior year of high school, I didn't know which direction God was going to lead me. I knew that I could be an attorney, and I was going to try to be an attorney, but let me just stop here for a second. And then I don't know, I guess I got swayed a lot, because I was just like going back and forth between law school, and I didn't want to regret not trying, because ever since I was younger, I've always wanted to be a lawyer. And so because I deterred my path to being a lawyer, anyone else who said anything else about it, like, it was easy for me to just sway off and do whatever else that anybody else wanted me to, right? So say like my friends were like, oh, don't do it, then I just wouldn't do it. I'm not saying they did that, but I'm just saying, like, what if that happened? Then I would be like, okay, fine, let me not just do it. So at the end of the day, I want to say that, like, I'm stuck between this two roads, right? Whether or not I should be an attorney and whether or not I should just be an entrepreneur, right? But the thing is that at the end of the day, me being an attorney is me being an attorney. I'm just going to gain experience being an attorney, so that way I can own my own businesses and do it right. So the reason why I wanted to get my JD was not only to help people, but also to be able to be an entrepreneur, gain business, save up my money, pay off my loans, and come over here and figure out what sort of businesses I want to, build, right? And so also I was dancing around the idea of like, well, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, just start your own law firm. And I really love that idea of starting my own law firm, but now it's not looking like I'm going to get into law school. Now it's looking like God wants me to go down this path, but I really genuinely have no idea where he's taking me. Like, I really do feel like he's like, listen, I'm giving you two options. You're going to be stuck in whatever option you choose. Well, I don't want to say stuck like that, but like whatever option you choose, the other one is going to evaporate. And he's leaving it up to me to choose. That's what I feel like is going on, because there's no way in hell I could benefit so much so in one area and there not be like, and there's no way that God's telling me not to, like, I don't know how to describe it. I think he's wanting me to like, I keep on saying like, damn it. I think he's wanting me to choose to be active, because he knows I'm going to do well regardless. So it's either I choose path A and start making money now and start being an entrepreneur now, or I choose path B and I delay it by 3 years. But when I come out, I'm going to be making a lot more money than I would be making on path A right off the bat. So, and the thing is like, it's not even about money, but the thing is like, I want to have a large lump sum of cash, so that way I can be able to start everything and not have to wait even more. Which, I mean, who cares about the waiting, right? But it's just like, I'm just so ready to get started. And getting started means, starting with my own personal life as well. So if you were to ask me if I'm in a relationship, I would say no, I am not in a relationship. I think I want to be clear of men until I am sure in the direction that I am going. So say I get into law school. I'm okay with having a boyfriend in law school. Like, I don't think it's going to deter me, because like once I get devoted, I get devoted. My success, nobody's going to get in the way of that. Period. Like, that's never. Nobody has ever gotten. After the experience that I had, I never allowed anybody to get in the way of my success. That's what I'm saying. So, Am I in a relationship? No, your girl is single. I've been single for a good bit now, a couple months now. Have I ever been in love? Yes, I have. I've been in love. I want to say I've been in love once, and I thought I was in love once. So let's paint it like this, right? So I've been in love. Let's say I've been in love twice. One of them was genuine, truly, you were in love with this person. And the other one was codependency. I love the person a lot, don't get me wrong. I love them so much. They were my first love and everything. But if I look back and I really analyze the two types of love that I had, one was dependent and the other one was not. One was like the type of love that I was giving. One was forceful and the other one was effortless, right? Another one was, what am I trying to say? One of them was, I guess, restricted. Like I constantly had to change myself and I constantly felt like I was restricted in being myself. But I thought, that's just a sacrifice that you had to make. And the other one was demanding as well, but it was more so like, okay, you're bringing two people together and you need to learn how to mesh together. It's like one of them made sense and the other one didn't, basically. So with that, like, yeah, I've been in love before. And really and truly, I actually really love being in love. And the thing is like, I don't fake being in love with people. I don't want to force the love. But when I'm in love, it is the greatest feeling ever. But I'm never wanting to force that because I love true authenticity and genuineness. I don't like that fake shit. Like it really throws me off. So like, say in a relationship, if I'm getting my partner to do something with me that they don't want to do, I'm going to feel bad because I'm like, oh, well, I wish you could enjoy it, Like my goal is so that we're enjoying things together. And even if at first you didn't like it, you grew to like it. That's what I like. But, there's just certain things, they're not going to like everything that I like and I'm not going to like everything that they like. Like, for example, there was one relationship where like the dude dead ass listened to anime instrumentals all the fucking time. And I hated it. Like some of the anime instrumentals, bomb as hell. But a lot of them, I was just kind of like, oh my God, but I dealt with it. Cause like, why am I going to let that be a problem? Like there's some things you're going to like, some things you're not going to like. And that's just what I learned in my years of dating. And in my years of learning myself, I learned that my favorite color, y'all like these segues? But anyways, I learned that my favorite color is olive green, but I'm starting to think, do I only like it because I look good in that color? Because I don't know. I'm starting to think my favorite color is kind of like, definitely a yellow, but it's kind of like more like an emerald green. More like I just like green, like all the shades of green. I like green, but I like all the shades of green. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it so much. I don't know. I think my favorite color is changing because I'm getting older. And that goes for music as well. When I was younger, oh my goodness, when I was in high school, ask me why your girl was listening to Screamo. I don't know. Like when I have a lot of CDs, and when I listened to the CDs back then, I listened to all types of music, but like there was a period where like I only listened to rock and screamo music, like Pierce the Veil. Not screamo where it was just all screaming, but like when they were like singing and then they were like scream and then they're singing and then scream. And so when I listen to it back, I'm like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool. It's kind of nice, but are you gonna catch me listening to it like more than once every 5 years? Not I. No sir. No, I'm not. So my favorite type of music is, I love rap and R&B. I love 2000s R&B, and I love from like 90s to 2010 rap hip hop. And I like hip hop now, but like I don't know, like it's just like Lil Durk. You won't catch me listening to random ass people, like I don't know, like you'll catch me listening, let me just put it like this. You'll catch me listening to J. Cole. You'll catch me listening to SZA, Summer Walker. You'll catch me listening to, oh man, I don't want to leave anybody out. You'll catch me listening to Drake, without a doubt. Nicki, Cardi, even though Cardi's more recent, I love her. I don't know, like that chill feel, like that, what is that, old and sexy, or what is that type of music where it's just like you're feeling good type of music, and it's something meaningful, of worth. And I don't always have to listen to music that is of worth. I'm just saying, like that's my favorite type of music. My least favorite type of music, you will not catch me listening to country music. That is like, what the hell? But not to dog anybody that likes it. You just won't catch me listening to it. There's only like, is Taylor Swift country? I used to love Taylor Swift, so I ain't gonna hold you. If she's country, then I guess I liked country music. But nah, I didn't even listen to her like that because I loved this one song of her that was like Love Story. I love that. I loved the most recent ones, like when she took a break and then she came back. And the songs that when she came back was fire. Like nobody can lie. That woman can write a damn song. So that was phenomenal. I think that's it on my music. Like I'm pretty broad with my music, but nah, you won't catch me listening to country. You just won't catch me listening to country. So, I have a question here it says, what is your view on relationships? My view on relationships? I don't think my view on relationships has changed, to be honest with you. Like, I think it's a beautiful thing to find love. I think it's a beautiful thing to, even if you're not finding love, to date around, learn yourself while you're dating, learn other people. I think that's cool. It's very informative and it's very interesting. I love learning new people. That's something that I've learned about myself, is that I don't know if I want to say meeting new people, but I love learning things about people, right? Like, I don't like to meet up with new people because what if, like, how am I going to get out of it if I don't like them? But I think that's what I don't like. The fact that it's hard to get out of it. But I'm going to get out of it anyways because I'm too blunt for the runaround, and I'm just going to be like, yeah, so I got to go. What are you about to do? What you finna do? Like, it ain't about to be with me though. Like, I won't say that, but I'll try to find a way to be nice about it. So what do I view about relationships? I think they're a beautiful thing when you find something of worth from them. That's what I think of relationships. What is my love language? So my love language is, according to the quiz that I took earlier today, I am 30% quality time, 7% physical touch. You ain't gotta touch me. 13% receiving gifts, 23% acts of service, and 27% words of affirmation. And the thing about this is that I really think that this is so accurate, because the way that I was going to describe my love language was this, right? I love spending time with them, but we don't have to be doing things together. Like if we're in a room together, I'm filming this video, they're over there in the corner like watching anime on their phone, that's fine, I don't care. I just like being in the presence of someone that I care about. But also, like, more specifically, like solely within the relationship dynamic, I am very big on your words and how you're going to speak to me, how you're going to articulate yourself, how you're going to convey your emotions, and how you're going to convey what you're going to do, right? But it's not just that. You also have to follow through with it. Because if I feel like you're not as confident, or not even confident, if I feel like you're not as, I don't even know what to call it. Because me, I'm gonna say, if I say something, I'm gonna fucking do it. Like a lot of the times, if people ask me a question, I don't commit to anything because I know I can be a fourth, and that's just, it is what it is. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I could bail out. And so if I don't wanna go, I'm not gonna go. If I don't wanna do it, I'm gonna do it sometimes, but you're gonna know that I don't wanna do it, right? I'm very big on words, but I'm very big on transparency, right? So if you're going to tell me that you love me, if you're going to tell me that you're going to do X, Y, and Z, I want to see that in your actions, because words are funny. So like, even though I'm paying attention to what you're saying, I'm also be looking at your actions, because really and truly, that's how you learn who somebody is. If they follow through with their words, if they're following through with their actions. And so if that's fine, then all I'm worrying about is our quality time. So I think that there's a kind of like a tier here. Well, there is a tier here because quality time was first, words of affirmation was second, third was acts of service, then receiving gifts, then physical touch. So, it is what it is, right? And so with that, right, because I'm over here learning more about myself, and I want you guys to ask yourself these questions to see how you may identify with this as well. I wanted to ask, what's the best thing I like about myself, and what is the worst? So put yourself into perspective. What is the worst thing you like about yourself? What is the best thing you like about yourself, and what's one of the worst things that you hate that you do? The best thing that I like about myself is I'm always down for a good time. And not even that, but once I'm committed, I'm very committed. My perseverance is exceptional. That's what I love about myself. What I hate about myself is that I think I get into situations a lot where I open up myself too much, or open up my heart too much, and I end up getting played. So at the end of the day, it's like I'm kind of playing myself. Now I'm going to kind of get into, I guess, just the choppiness of a Q&A, because I don't know how to compare these I don't know how to compare these questions last, right? Like how to make them flow into kind of like a story-like format. So one question says, what audience do you want to reach? I don't care what audience I reach. I just hope that I am going to be able to relate to anybody, right? So if it's someone who's 16, if it's someone who's fucking 75, then so be it, right? I hope to reach out to other people so that way they can have a safe space to go to whenever they're feeling some type of way, or just someone to relate to, right? Like a lot of the times I'm looking for a platform where someone could kind of talk about the experience that they went through that I can relate to as well, because I love engaging with people who know what I'm talking about, right? And so that's basically what I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build a platform where everyone and anyone can talk to me about anything because they know that I can relate, right? Just someone to talk to. I can be your cousin, your big sister, your best friend. I ain't nobody's aunties, but I could be your cousin. Like, I can just, I can be anybody. It doesn't matter. Your friend, who cares? I don't care. I love to talk to anybody all the time. So the next question that I have is, what keeps you motivated? Well, I think my goals basically are what keeps me motivated, because I don't want to slack. If I'm not moving, it really hurts my mental health. I want to help people so much that I can't afford to sit around and not do anything, right? Like, time is money. And if I'm not sitting here filming, I'm not editing, if I'm not trying to find a time to where I'm growing in my brand myself, then what am I doing, right? Why am I not trying to better myself? Why am I not trying to grow? And I'm very confident in what I have to offer. I just think that I have a lot to learn, and so that's what keeps me motivated, because I know that I have a lot to offer. I just want to make sure that I know 1000% what I'm talking about, and I can articulate that very well too. Like, I don't want to steer somebody the wrong way. And so the last question is, what is your identity? That is a loaded question, but I guess the way that I can identify myself is that, okay, first, I like to identify myself as a Haitian American, because even though Bueno Pala Creole, hopefully I said that correctly, I was raised in a Haitian household. Like, I was raised in a household, it was a total of 8 people. Every last one of us are Haitian. My mama is an immigrant. She came from Haiti. My grandparents are immigrants. They came from Haiti. My aunts are Haitian. Like, my uncle came from Haiti. He's not in the house. He has his own house. But we were raised by Caribbean, West Indian parents and grandparents. Like, well, we were raised by West Indian folks. So, like, I identify with that, because even though I may not speak the language very well, and even though I'm trying to get accustomed still to Creole, it's my life. It's my livelihood, and I love it so much. I love being a part of this culture, and I love being a part of the Haitian culture. I love being Haitian. If you guys can't see it on my podcast, but I'm about to show my my YouTube viewers the Haitian flag right there. Y'all can see it. I'm about to zoom in. I know the lighting is mad whack, but there's the flag right there. And we're just proud of who we are. So what I identify as is that I'm someone who's very compassionate. I persevere through everything. I don't like conflicts, so I try to steer away from conflicts, but I'm not afraid of confrontation, right? So the way that I steer away from conflicts is if you confront it, right? So, like, if you confront someone who may potentially have a problem with you, if you clear it up right then and there, it's not going to fester, it's not going to grow. So that's what I like to do. I like to make sure that everyone is okay. I like to make sure that people are good. Really and truly, I hate and love this about myself, that I would do anything for anybody. So, like, I know that's a great quality, but it also opens myself up to being taken advantage of. But I'm learning my boundaries. I'm learning what walls to put up. Like, it's good. It's alright. Like, I'm learning myself, right? So basically, my whole identity can be wrapped up as this. My name is Whitney. I am a young adult. I am growing. I am a Haitian American with a Haitian mother and an American father, because he's from the South. He's, from Alabama. But I got the best of both worlds. But I got to learn about both worlds, and I am very thankful for my experiences. I'm thankful that, I learned a lot in my short 24 years, and I hope that I get to learn a hell of a lot more. Let me tell you, solely in this last month, I learned a lot. So if you haven't learned anything in the last month, I feel like something is not connecting, something's not right. There must be something wrong if you're not continuously learning. So with that being said, my wings are ready. Hopefully I helped you guys out in any way that I possibly can. You know that I love talking to you guys. You know that I love coming on here and just spilling my guts. I don't know. I just love talking about anything. So if you guys have topic ideas that you want to hear, that you want my perspective on, don't forget to shoot up my... I keep saying shoot up, but I think I need to change that term. Don't forget to hit up my email. Remember, put in the subject title ES101 so I can know that you're coming strictly from the podcast, because I am also here on YouTube. So if you would like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, go ahead and do that, right? And follow me on all my social medias. Again, guys, don't forget that we are etching scripts one day at a time, because there is no script to life. So let's do this thing called life together. Thank you guys for joining me today. And I'm about to go hit up my wings because they smell so good. I'll talk to you guys later.